2026 Summer League. Closing it out in Las Vegas. Game number 5. Here on day 9 at the Thomas & Mack Center. It is the Nuggets and the Lakers. We're gonna take a look at the semifinals. Yes, we're at that stage of Summer League. Now, tomorrow's action, these 4 teams, starting Saturday, 4 Eastern on ESPN. They'll go head-to-head as they'll try to come away with rings here in Las Vegas. Alongside Darren Collison, I'm Chris Lewis. Nabil Kareem will join in just a little bit. All right, we're at day 9 of Summer League. It's for the sickos. It's for the diehards, as we'll get into it in this game. But Bronny James, he's not going to play, but he's still one of the stories of Las Vegas. If your number 1 was the hype, your number 2 is about his production.
Well, one thing about Bronny James is he came with an attitude that was very humble, right? He said, look, I'm not just out there trying to score. I'm trying to do all the little things that is going to impact winning, and that's what you expect about Bronny James. But look, he's the second leading scorer on his team. He did what he was supposed to do defensively, and he was able to put an all-around good game together in the last 3 games.
So his Summer League is done. What do you think?
I thought he's played impressive. He looked very decisive in all the decision-making that he wanted to do from a guard perspective. He was very aggressive offensively, and defensively, he was a pest in most of the games that he played. And you can't say enough about his attitude. He's very humble. He understands what's at task for him, and he's just trying to be anywhere to just have an impact on the game defensively, and that's what you like about a young player like Bronny.
All right, so the Lakers, one of their stories of Summer League is the strong performances by Cole Swider, who is ready to go for this game. Swider, 17.8 points per game so far in Las Vegas.
Yeah, aside from Bronny, he's also been one of the most impressive players on this Summer League team with the Lakers, and his ability to shoot and move without the basketball has been truly special to watch.
Now the Nuggets, coming off of their 7-game series loss to Oklahoma City in what was a classic in the second round. Now in this finale of Summer League, a lot of players not in the lineup, including Boo Buie, Hunter Tyson, Deron Holmes, Logan Johnson, Spencer Jones, DJ Liddell. Okay, and then the Lakers side, I mean, that's just a pretty good rotation that we're showing right there of players who we won't be seeing in game number 5.
Look, if you're a player and you want to play, this is your opportunity. You shouldn't be mad at guys sitting out.
Fair.
You should be happy that you get the opportunity to make an impression on your coach before training camp.
All right, that is who's not playing. As for who is in the lineup, yes, we highlighted Swider. He'll try to continue to put up those great scoring numbers. Gonna look at Donovan Williams, who is a player who the Jew City's runners played at UNLV his final season for being undrafted in 2022. And his 3 games so far, he's had about 5 points per game. The finale of the night from the Thomas & Mack, and the last game of Summer League for the Lakers and the Nuggets.
Hey, one thing to take note, as a young player, you're playing in a game like this. You're not just auditioning for your current team that you're on right now. You're auditioning for the whole league at the dunk right off the gate.
Auditioning for a poster. For a meme.
Exactly. This is a good chance to showcase your skills for the whole league to see your game on display.
We were friendly to Noah Asenge in our last game. We had the Bulls. We did not bring up that moment of him.
Yeah, we're probably not going to want to. Yeah, it wasn't a good sight.
Did not play in the final couple of games of the Bulls in Vegas. Great pass up ahead. And there's the contact and the foul. Tamar Bates. Just a shade under 12 points per game so far in Summer League. '50-win season for both of these teams last year. In fact, they had the same record. 50 and 32, but it's funny how perception works, right? You know, similar record, but what happens in the postseason is when our last taste is. For Denver, you had their great series against the eventual champs in OKC. It took them to the limit, and for the Lakers, bowing out in the first round despite having home court advantage against the Timberwolves.
Right. I mean, both teams have a lot to look forward coming into this season. You know, you mentioned Lakers with the big-time trade with Luka and Denver. They're some of their key additions to their teams in the offseason, or to their team in the offseason. But right now on the Summer League roster, look, you're playing on a team that's established, but this is, again, this is an opportunity to showcase your skills to the whole NBA as a whole.
Off the screen, DJ Stewart, no. Here come the Nuggets, 3-on-3. Late rotation to get back for Los Angeles, and it leads to a Donovan Williams bucket for the Nuggets. And no Bronny James, no Dalton Connect, who's been a story for the Lakers in Summer League, both in California and in Las Vegas. Old Swider gets on the board for the Lakers, their first three.
Paul Swider is doing a little bit of everything during the course of the Summer League. I mean, he's coming off handoffs, pin downs, he's pick and roll. He's coming off the pick and roll shooting at a very high clip. You got to know where he's at all times.
Koloko, no. Offensive board, DeJuan Gordon. Settles out to Stewart. Back of the rim and off. And here are the Nuggets in transition. Acrobatic Curtis Jones.
Very good move by Curtis Jones. Nice pace. Change of pace. You know, he had the three, didn't like the three. Hit him with a hezzy, going to the basket and finishing it with contact.
He's undrafted out of Iowa State. Jones could score. He led Iowa State in scoring despite only starting 9 games. Bates with a flick of the wrist.
Right now, Denver has a great pace to their game. They're kicking up with that pass, and they're pushing the tempo. It's the reason why they're up 9-3 early on.
Both teams want their second win in Summer League. Swider, scorer.
Just scoring at every variety of moves. I mean, that right there coming off the curl, very patient with a floater inside the paint.
Jump off, down low, no continuation. Ibu Baji was fouled. Christian Koloko commits the personal.
Right here, tight curl. Just relaxed, patient, doesn't rush. Nice little floater over the top. Really impressed with his game, Chris.
He's had a great run all summer long. Tamar Bates slices into the paint. At 11.7 boards yesterday for the Nuggets in their game against the Clippers. They won 81-76. Both teams did take the court yesterday. Part of the reason why you see a lot of the inactives in the game today. Swider, leaner, oh yeah. He said he was pushed.
I thought he was fouled on that play.
Tough contested three. Curtis Jones can't get it. He's just one of 5 players since 1997 in college basketball to average 17 points per game off the bench. And if you can score off the bench, there is a role for you here in the NBA. Trying to get around a screen. There's a foul there on Denver. And Tamar Bates make that Jones. We're just mentioning Jones, who's just 155 pounds as a high school senior. Didn't have any Division I interest. Started out at a junior college at Iowa before moving on to Buffalo. And then TJ Alselberger's team at Iowa State. Swider off a screen, he is feeling it.
But it's his ability to come off really tight off the screen. Right there was a handoff action when he's coming off the corner, but he's not leaving any type of separation or any type of space for his defender to get through that screen. I mean, he's coming off really tight, is able to get a nice little shot from the mid-range area.
Reese Beekman tiptoes the baseline and sneaks it past Koloko.
Nice drive, way to keep his dribble. He kind of uses the rim so he doesn't get a block shot or get his shot blocked. Good play.
Good pace to the run early on. 13-9 Nuggets. Davis, nobody picks him up. Dancing around the screen. RJ Davis He could put up numbers in North Carolina. Koloko gets a block shot that time, so some revenge for getting scored on a possession ago. Taylor, like a freight train, leaves to the corner. That's another one. Swider is sizzling in Las Vegas.
I think we've seen enough.
I know. I want to see him play still. Everybody else is sitting out. We need somebody to play all 4 quarters of this one.
Very true.
He is 5 for 5. An incredible start for Swider. He has 12 on the Lakers 14.
Make no mistake about Swider. I mean, his off-the-ball movement is impressive as any guard right now. Summer League coming off tight off the screen right here. Gets it right in the shooting pocket. No dip into his shot. I mean, he is playing phenomenal. And you better find out where he's at on the court at all times because he has it going, Chris.
Yeah, red light shooter in Las Vegas. 5 for 5 to start this game. That's a gorgeous spin move from Bates. Nuggets on top of the seesaw, 15-14. Just under 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Swider once more. Finally a miss. Play for the Lakers on a 2-way in 2022. Gets another chance. Finally cools off.
That time I thought he had the shot, but, you know, because they closed out so aggressively, he should have shot fake and gone to the basket, but great play out of timeout. They saw a matchup that they liked against Swider, and just a nice little spin move going to his right shoulder.
Swider's played in 35 games in his NBA career, including down the stretch of the season last year for Toronto. Julian Reese off the back of the rim. And here come the Nuggets. Bates with a shake. He gathers on the baseline. Shot clock at 6. Bates navigates, lasers to Smith. Settles off the rim, and Reese pulls the rebound. Davis left open. Back of the rim and off. Swider chases the rebound. He's more than just a scorer. Lakers trailing by 1. A lot of on-ball reps for Swider with the absences for the Lakers. And Reese, count it, and 1.
This is all predicated off the drive by Swider, but better cut by Davis. Was able to find him at the last minute, and Davis makes another good pass, too, to his big fella.
Set up by Swider, and for more on him, let's go down to Nabil.
Yeah, guys, Cole Swider has become one of the more intriguing players here at Summer League, making a real push for the Lakers roster spot. for a team that needs shooting, frankly. Said he worked really on his shot in the offseason to make it more consistent. He wanted to be a weapon on the floor, and that's certainly been the case here in Vegas, shooting 44% for three coming into this one. 2 or 3 in this game, off to a great start in high volume attempts here at Summer League. But he's also placed a real emphasis on the defensive end of the court, making the right rotations, using his defensive instincts to his advantage. He knows he can't be a liability on that end of the floor, but at 6'8", 220 pounds, a real interesting prospect for the big club. A floor space is something Luka and LeBron could really use, guys.
Oh, no question. And he's 26 years old. That makes him one of the older players here at Summer League. He continues to produce. He gets fouled in free throws for Swider when you return. Summer League action continues tomorrow on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Knicks Wizards, 3:30 on NBA TV, and then on ESPN tomorrow, it is the semis of Summer League. Kings, Raptors, 4 Eastern, Hornets, and OKC to follow. Winners of those 2 games will play for the Summer League Championship. And yes, you get to take home a ring. Cole Swider, you can see right there already, 13 points. Like that shimmy he has at the line on his free throw routine.
I love it.
Gotta have a little style in this city. Played for the Heat, played for the Pistons, played for Toronto, and has had a previous stint with the Lakers. From downtown, Curtis Jones.
Well, a good shot by Curtis Jones, but another situation for Cole Swider, talking about him. Look, even if he doesn't make the Laker roster, I mean, I'm sure there's a list of teams that you can use his service because he shoots the ball really well.
That was a late whistle, but athletic feat to even get that. Kyoto Richie, Akabundu, Ayoku got all the way up there.
That's why it's so important to play hard at all times and try to make an impact in any way, because there's so many teams that are watching this game right now, not just your current team.
Lob to the big, who had the block shot on the previous possession, just a beat in front. Jones picks it up. Shot clock at just 6. Here's Johnson. Davis slaps it from behind. Lakers get a steal. 1 on 3, doesn't matter. It kind of does. But first a bump and a block before the steal. So we'll stay here on this end. Foul on Curtis Jones. First foul in the last 2 minutes. But you brought it up, Darren. These are 2 teams that are contending, full throttle contenders. You have LeBron and Luka, and then you have Jokic. You are in contention mode. So perhaps there isn't as many spots on the rosters for younger players trying to prove themselves. But all 28 other teams are watching the action from Las Vegas.
Right, and something that the fans can't see is there's a lot of other team scouts that are in the building, center around the whole gym right now. So, look, this is an opportunity to showcase your skills. So maybe another team may use that service that you can provide.
Deflected out of bounds, and it stays on this side. You just saw that depth chart for the Nuggets and the big move that they made. Of course, Michael Porter Jr. going out to Brooklyn, Cam Johnson coming in. So you get a shooter to replace a shooter, and for the finances of the team, that move made a lot of sense. They had to give up a first-round pick in the process.
Absolutely. I think the one thing that Denver probably wanted to key in on was for getting more shooters this offseason. They did that with Cameron Johnson and Tim Hardaway. But they also brought back Bruce Brown, who's experienced himself, right? That can defend and do all the little things that they can help to win games. So I have Denver as my pick to come out the West. Yes, I do. I know OKC probably has a lot to say about that, but I just love the addition that Denver's made all season long. And I think you surround Nikola Jokic with a lot of great shooters. I think it's going to be a lot of great things happening for them for this upcoming season.
They took them to 7 games this past season with, of course, a roster that you think that this upcoming season is a better one than what they just put on the court. So it'll be interesting if those two rematch. Would Denver get the upper hand?
For sure. They have great two-way players in Cameron Johnson, a player that we don't necessarily talk about, in Peyton Watson, who I feel is going to have a great season coming forward. I mean, his length, his ability to be able to switch 1 through 4 with his length, I think it's going to provide a lot of great stuff for Denver's defensive prowess. And then you add the shooting with Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway, as I mentioned. Cameron Johnson's a great shooter. He's shooting over 40% from 3. They just did a terrific job this offseason. Then Valanciunas, too, that you don't want to forget about, who came over from Sacramento Kings in the trade, I think is going to help.
Yeah, Drew Munson is the Summer League head coach for the Nuggets, but the top note on the screen was about the promotion of David Adelman, and they were one of 2 teams running the Grizzlies last year who made those late season coaching changes. And for teams that were in the playoff picture, you just never see something like that. And we saw 2 of those type of moves down the stretch of last year. Adelman took advantage of it, showed off the prowess in the playoffs, and gets the full-time job. Terrence Hargrove Jr. off the glass and in. Trailing the play. Onanga off the rim and a whistle. Just under 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And a loose ball foul will send Julian Reese to the line. That last name, Reese. Sure could be more familiar with his sister, Angel Reese, WNBA All-Star. Free fan perks, that's a win with NBA ID. Get exclusive merch deals, chances to meet NBA legends, and more all summer long. Join free now at NBA.com/ID or in the NBA app. It's WNBA All-Star in Indianapolis. See all those stars take the court coming up tomorrow. Lefty layup goes through for Rain Smith.
Love that drive. Kept his dribble, looked off the big like he was going to pass a pocket pass, but instead goes up for a nice little layup off the glass.
3 to shoot. The end of the first quarter. Jabari Rice wipe it off. Serge Jabari Rice did all he could with the fancy footwork, but the ball was in his hands as the horn sounded. Fun run in the first. Cole Swider, 14 points for the Lakers, who trailed by 1.
All right, welcome back, Tamar. A pretty even first quarter. What did you like about that first 10 minutes?
I like the way that we were moving the ball, played good team defense. They made some tough shots, but I feel like we cleaned the glass pretty well, didn't give up too many old boards. So I like the energy we playing with.
You came in here undrafted, so this is a showcase for you. How has your game progressed with this Summer League experience?
I mean, I've just been allowed to come out here and play my game, make mistakes and play through them. So, I mean, I'm just grateful for the organization for allowing me to have a platform to continue to develop.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Tamar Bates, undrafted, and signed a 2-way deal with the Nuggets back on July 1st. First couple of years at Indiana, then moved on to Missouri, where he was an excellent shooter, including at the free throw line, where he led the nation in free throw percentage at 95%. Off the jump ball, corner 3, way off, and the Lakers on the run. Davis fires to the corner. 3 goes T.Y. Johnson.
It's a great play by R.J. Davis to be able to get the defense to collapse and hit it for the wide open 3 in the corner.
Jones, a lot of dribbling. Davis in his way, gets it back and sneaks it in.
Well, he said that's why I'm dribbling.
He has a plan. 27-27. Back and forth in the first quarter. Davis, oh yeah, the giant killer.
How many times have we seen that at UNC?
With the Jerry West Award for the best shooting guard in the nation. Whistle on the interior. A forceful drive, but the previous Nuggets possession.
Being strong with the ball. Curtis Jones and having the game itself. R.J. Davis with the right layup over the big has shown his unique ability to score at his size.
Donovan Williams swishes the free throw. Last season had a lot of different stops, whether in the G League, the CBA, the CEBL. In the G League, averaged 19 points per game with the Westchester Knicks.
Yeah, something Tamir Bates said in his interview. You know, he talked about he has a platform to play mistake-free, right? All these young players, this is their platform right now to play mistake-free and be able to play through some mistakes where in the regular season you may not have that opportunity. This is the time now.
Have the freedom to explore. Davis explores the three, and it just curls smoothly in. From New York, he was the 2020 Gatorade Player of the Year in New York. Distance triple, Williams. And Swider, who's back in for Los Angeles. Two-man game with Reese. Reese, a rookie out of Maryland. Teammate of Derek Queen. Bad news for Queen. Will be evaluated in 12 weeks with the injury. And bad news, of course, for the Pelicans. As R.J. Davis sizes up and hits a three, Lakers by 6. Wrap bounce pass in the lane, and Baji booms.
It's a great play by Curtis Jones. I mean, coming off the pick and roll, I mean, last second play to Baji. Sees him at the last minute. I mean, terrific play and awareness.
That's a kick ball. R.J. Davis has scored the last 8 for the Lakers.
Well, he's patient right here. He knows the shot he wants, but he's just sizing him up to get the shot that he wants to go. And then Curtis Jones comes off the pick and roll. Nice little wraparound pass to his big. Makes his big fella happy.
Gotta always make those guys happy. Johnson was open initially, turned it down. Hesitation, then the acceleration. T.Y. Johnson, and what you said throughout our time working together, DC, the change of speed is key.
You gotta have change of pace in your game. You can't just go one speed all the time. I mean, we're obviously seeing the Lakers play, but we've seen LeBron James play at a different types of paces his whole career. Luka is one of the best guards that plays at different types of paces. That's a put-back jam right there. But if you're a guard, you have to understand the pace change of the game, and understanding it's not about going too fast or too slow. You got to be able to change.
Terrence Hargrove Jr. Thunders went through. Davis was held. Foul on Denver.
Makes a nice read with the hezzy going to his left. We live in such a three-point era. Sometimes you can get caught up with shooting a three, but you got to remember to put the ball on the floor and get an easy basket as a two.
I believe you have a coach's challenge on that last call, so we'll take a look when we return. It was called a defensive foul on the floor, and the Nuggets, Coach Andrew Munson, decided to challenge. And it looked like a lot of contact initiated by the offense in Davis.
After review, the ruling on the floor is confirmed. The defender, Williams, grabs the elbow of the offensive player, Davis. This is an unsuccessful challenge. Denver will lose their timeout and their ability to challenge.
Oh, wow.
Who seemed to disagree.
Well, I did see Davis give Williams a forearm.
Oh, it's Julian McFadden who gave the explanation. During the break, they had a sing-along. You seem to be getting into the sing-along during the last stoppage. Just Jones pokes it, and Bogo sticks it back in.
I love that play by Curtis Jones. I mean, picking up full. You know RJ has it going. He's playing physical on the defensive end. This is what scouts want to see. How are you impacting the game from a defensive side of things?
Reese pass kicked. But
look, just find the screen, physical. He's rewarded with it easy too.
Curtis Jones.
That's how you make an impression on your coaches. Those type of plays.
Serves Jabari Rice right through the net. Just smooth as it drops straight through. We're talking a little bit about Curtis Jones. The Bill has more.
Yeah, guys, his mentality the whole time here at Summer League is trying to find his fit. He said he's simply trying to make plays any ways possible. If you go back earlier to Tuesday, he had 20 points against Toronto, but he was actually happier about rebounding and the hustle plays that he made, which led to other good things on the court. He really believes those kinds of plays don't go unnoticed by the coaching staff in the front office. And he also said one thing that's kind of stood out to him is the length and physicality of the players here. Everyone's a little longer, everyone's a little stronger, so those gaps aren't as wide. But again, Curtis Jones trying to do the little things to impress out here.
And that's to your point, what you just mentioned, DC. Like, those other things are what catches the coach's attention.
Look, as a young fella, you have to understand you're coming to a team with multi-all-stars that can score the basketball. They don't need you to score the basketball all the time. They need you to play a specific role, right? Curtis Jones situation, look, you're coming to a team with Nikola Jokic. You're giving Nikola Jokic the ball pretty much the whole entire game. They have Jamal Murray to come off the pick and rolls to make plays. How can you make yourself valuable to this team? The defensive side of things, and what you've seen from the hustle play right there, is one way to do that.
In a way, it's like, you know, the NBA could be classified as, you know, maybe like 50 of the best stars in the league, and then, you know, the next X amount of players are the best in the world at playing off of stars.
Right, and that's not to say that you can't score the ball or you can't be aggressive offensively. Yes, you can. There's already stars on the team, but you can still be a star in your role, whatever minutes that the coach provides you by playing hard on the defensive end.
One to shoot. And Rain Smith could not get that one to fall. It's a shot clock violation. And boy, do these teams have stars. Yeah, the Lakers with their duo, their quote-unquote new duo that they were able to put together in the middle of the year and tried to make it run from there with Luka and LeBron and make a run at it. A great regular season record, but just ran into the Wolves in the first round of the playoffs. And then, yeah, make the best player in the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander might have something to say about it, but Nikola Jokic, widely regarded, right at the top of the NBA. Reese loses. Bounce pass Williams. On the follow. That's Tamar Bates. T.Y. Johnson turns the corner. Got it to the glass. Baji came to make that one tough. Oh, there's a collision. Two players' heads came together as they were diving for the loose ball. Johnson, you can see him there.
Oh, I hate to see that.
Head-to-head contact. Williams and Johnson. Got blood on the floor as well. We talk about the effort and the hustle. You have to show you can do the other things. Well-deserved round of applause from the folks at the Thomas and Mack. That's Bates, who's assisted up. So Tamar Bates, who collided with T.Y. Johnson.
No, not the mop, not the mop, not the mop.
It was a scary sight. And it comes from just players hustling and doing exactly what you want to do. This is the finale, your last game in Vegas, playing in front of coaches and scouts. You want to show you're a dirty work player. They say you put your body on the line, and right there is the downside.
Yeah, it's a downside, but look, you know, Tamar Bates is having a great game, and I'm sure if he doesn't come back into the game, they're going to remember that play, right? The fact that he's trying to dive on the floor and for that loose ball and hustle, right? That's not a bad thing. You know, you're going to get hurt playing this game, but it's how you go out in terms of playing hard, giving everything you got is what the coaches want to see. It's just unfortunate. It was just a bad break on a bad play right there.
Again, T.Y. Johnson on the Lakers side and Tamar Bates for the Nuggets. Then the sanitary timeout to make sure they wipe up the court, get all the blood removed from the surface. That has seen a lot of basketball. Bouncing ball day after day. This is day number 9. We're in the second week of Summer League in Sin City. Rice turns it over out of the stoppage. Williams waits for it. Through the reach, no whistle. He wanted one. But Donovan Williams does get it through.
That play was ignited by Hargrove Jr. You know, he stepped up on that weak side help, was able to get a deflection for an easy 2 in transition on the other end.
Floater. Well done, DJ Stewart.
A nice little floater. I think we've seen like 4 or 5 floaters in the game so far. It just tells you how much skill you need, or how much skills you need to have coming into an NBA game, because it's so much crowded with athleticism and bigs that can block shots at a high level. That floater is going to be key to your success as an offensive player.
Cole Swider ready to check in. Here is that's giant killer.
Right, nice little right-handed floater. He goes all the way to the basket on that. More than likely, it's going to be contested at the rim, but that floater was able to give him a nice high percentage shot.
How long did it take you to make that adjustment as a guard in the NBA?
It takes a little bit of time, because I think at the college level or even at the high school level, you're so used to getting to the basket at will and getting easy layups. But when you're playing in the NBA, you're playing against 7-footers, guys that can block your shots, as I mentioned, at a very high level. That floater is something that you're going to need, especially for a point guard, and you're at a smaller size.
We've seen the variety of ways to get to the rim, and sometimes you can't get all the way there. And you're right, whether it's the floater or the pull-up jump shot's another way to change things up and not be predictable.
Yes, and now you got to be creative with your floaters. Sometimes you could go off 2 feet. You could do a right off the right foot to a right-handed floater, off your left foot to a regular right-handed floater. There's so many floaters and versatility that you need when it comes to that shot to be effective in the paint as a guard.
Lakers Nuggets, final game at the Thomas and Mack Center here tonight. Served up on a platter, Smith to KOAE.
KO definitely has the athleticism to jump at anybody in this gym. My guess is that's not going to be his last lob.
Came from behind and altered that shot. Lanky big man all over the place. Koloko, he's short on his floater as a big man. Teodorici Akabundu Ehioku is KAE for short. Right wing 3 off the front of the rim from Williams. And here's the Lakers on the run. Stewart, oh, he swatted. Beekman just slapped it right back down. Williams again inside. Again, he's hit hard. No call. Letting them play.
Stewart has a matchup he wants. Let's see what he does right here against the big.
Off the front of the rim for the former Duke Blue Devil. Hargrove inside.
Already you can see KO's length affecting that last shot. on Stewart. His activity defensively, Chris, has been amazing so far.
But matchup inside. Wow, K-A-E-N-O. No. Arms that just keep on going. Smith from three. Front of the rim. Swider hunting. And Beekman flings. Hargrove there. Thunders it through. And a foul. Koloko came on late. Terrence Hargrove Jr. says it with his chest. Alley-oop to KAE. Served on a platter from Rain.
What I love about man today, the mentality of how you play. Every time out I sat down, I knew that you knew the game was not over.
Second one for Holmgren. No good! The Nuggets steal game one! That's a winner for Aaron Gordon! 121 to 119!
The open man is the right play. The right play is the open man. Russ makes the right play. I saw the paint was clogged, you know, so I thought that was going to be the best look that we were going to get.
Left side Gordon for the win. Yeah!
A lot of guys stepped up, man. A lot of guys. And you play for each other. And when you do that, you give yourself a chance. Crazy happens in the playoffs when you just stick to it. Stay together, all right?
I think the whole team was great, you know. We know we are playing against a really amazing team. And we need to keep our composure together. And if we have opportunity to win the game, we need to give everything that we got to do that.
You want to say go Nuggets?
Bronny James, part of a bunch of Lakers not playing in this Summer League finale, but he, of course, is the story. I feel like year number one in Vegas for Bronny was about the hype. Year number two has been about the production.
Yes, and look, it's not easy coming out here every day when, you know, the fans are expecting you to play a great game as a young player, but he's definitely fulfilled that role. The one thing I like about some of the things that he said in his interview is he's not trying to go out there to be the best scorer. He's trying to find a niche, and that his niche and his role is to play defense. And that seems to be maturity on his level at that age early on. And if he has that mindset, as any young player, they're going to be in this league for a very long time and have the success that they will have.
And his maturity certainly is impressive, Nabil.
Comfort at the position. Secondly, it's just confidence. He's definitely grown over the last year and a half, and that's a testament to the work.
Taylor with under a minute to go in this first half, where both these teams have highlighted some flashes, even though a lot of the guys we've seen throughout Summer League are not playing here in the finale for these teams. About 6 seconds separate the two clocks.
That was a great effort by Donovan Williams to close out hard against Cole Swider, who has it going from the three. Makes him put it on the floor to make a tough two.
KAE short on a three, but if he can get that shot with his rim protection, look out. Swider, 3 seconds. Had an excellent first quarter, slapped away here. That he won't fall, and that ends the second. Nuggets and Lakers back and forth through 20 minutes. It is the Nuggets that lead by 4 at the break.
Raptors, Thunder, Hornets, Kings.
As Knippenkoff back door and lays it in.
Clifford. Bullseye. Nick Clifford feeling it.
Mitchell, fade away. Got him. Murray boils with the left. Raptors are playing for rings this weekend.
The first half stats from the Thomas & Mack Center. Denver, a 47-43 lead. They have the advantage from the floor, 51%. Hello, welcome courtside alongside Southern California's Darren Collison, Chris Lewis here, Nabil Kareem with us as well. So no Bronny James in that first half, but hey, Cole Swider had quite a statement in the first 20 minutes.
Yes, he did, and he came off shooting with an amazing clip right off the gate. I mean, coming off screens, doing a great job of reading the screen. And then R.J. Davis did a great job of helping him, but can't say enough about Cole Swider. I mean, his ability to just read the floor when he's coming off screens, and whether the defense is shooting the gap for him to fade or a tight curl for him to get a nice little mid-range jump shot, speaks to the veteran presence that he's already had coming into this summer league. You know, he's played at this level before. He's played with a lot of great teams, great organizations, so he has a chance to make an impression, not just with the Lakers, but other teams in the NBA.
He came out of the gates, couldn't miss. He made his first 5 shots, but he actually missed his next 4, so he's 5 of 9 shooting. And 2 of 4 from behind the arc. If you're just joining us, no Dalton Connect, no Bronny James. For the Lakers, no Trey Jemison as well. Arthur Kaluma not playing. Nuggets, no Hunter Tyson. No Deron Holmes. No E.J. Liddell, Logan Johnson. Some of the guys that we've seen prior games in Las Vegas. A pass towards the rim. Got deflected. Spotting up, and Menenga decided to turn down the 3. Instead, it's worked to Taylor. Nothing but net from the 3-point line.
Some great basketball being played on both teams, Chris. I'm very impressed with the ball movement, body movement, and execution and attention to detail on every play.
That's right on cue, Donovan Williams. Two teams that are contenders in the Western Conference. Absolutely stacked West. With the squads and rosters in full contention mode. Seems a little bit less room for guys trying to prove themselves at this level. But still, for the guys who are on the court, what's at stake here? All other teams are watching, not to mention teams from around the world. These players try to continue their professional journey. Swider. And the rebound grab by Ibu Baji.
Swider kind of cooled down since that hot start he had the first 5 minutes of the game, but give Denver credit because they made him put it on the floor and made it hard for him to create tough twos, either inside the paint or a mid-range, and run him off the 3-point line.
DJ Stewart. This is his 5th game played here in the city of all these lights, Las Vegas. Averaging 11 points per game coming in. 5th year since being a standout at Duke. As Beekman reverses it. Stewart again. Swider tiptoes the baseline. Cut off. And the Lakers reset.
I watch Swider right now.
Well, he wants it. Flares to the top of the arc. Instead, it's Taylor with the rainbow with a pot of gold on the other end.
But that was off the attention of Swider. I think the weak side guard came off because he thought Swider was going to be the recipient of that first pass off the 3, but it was a nice little cross-court pass by Stewart. That's what great shooters do. They cause so much attention, you know, for for defenders to focus on and keying on. That's what makes Steph, Klay Thompson, guys like them hard to guard because you're so worried about where they're at on the court.
The gravity, and it comes from hitting threes like that to Juan Gordon from the corner.
And that's a prime example right there. You're worried about Swider shooting that 3, and Swider makes the nice extra pass to the corner for an easy 3.
Strong take, Keontae Johnson. Couple of free throws coming up for the 6'5", 25-year-old out of Kansas State.
Right here, look. You're worried about Swider. You rotate over, Suarez does a great job of making the extra pass. Simple basketball.
Both these teams sharp for the final game of Summer League. Johnson, 1 year at Kansas State. Prior time before that, Florida. It's the free throw there. If you remember, he collapsed on a court 4 games into his junior season at Florida. Sad story. He spent 3 days in a coma before awakening and then slowly began that recovery process. He missed the rest of that season, aside from the senior day starts. Transferred to Kansas State, worked his way back and became an all Big 12 performer. So what could have been a tragic story, his work ethic turned it into a positive one. As Williams gets it to the lane, puts it in off the glass, and 1.
Great use of the screen by Williams to come off the screen, didn't like what he wants, so he had another re-screen and was able to get downhill for an easy layup to convert the and 1.
Williams, a couple of years at Texas, and 1 at UNLV. Front of the rim and out. Swider picks up the rebound. Interesting look on the face of Noah Gordon. That should have been my rebound.
They're competing for rebounds here, Chris. You didn't notice?
Everything's a battle. Taylor's leaner. Rocket in out of bounds, and we'll go the other way. You don't want to be 1 rebound short of a, a miss on a filter, right? Because I know these scouts teams, they like to have their filters, right? Of like, it's a player who averages at least like 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. You don't want to miss the arbitrary cutoff because you didn't get 1 rebound.
Because your teammate stole your own rebound, right?
Yeah. Stewart dimes, Taylor fires, puts it through.
Probably the second or third really good play by Stewart. Right there, coming off the pick and roll, hitting a weak side to Taylor for an easy 3.
Reverse layup in traffic, Johnson. His best scoring game so far in Las Vegas. Nuggets again on the run. Settles with Curtis Jones. Cashes a 3, and the Nuggets up 4.
That's today's game, right? Pull up a 3 in transition. Years ago, Coach would probably said that's a bad shot, but this is what teams want to see, be able to shoot more 3s. And that right there, Curtis Jones did a good job of shooting that 3 in transition, knocking it down.
When did that start to turn? I imagine your rookie year, that probably was a bad shot. Slider, count it, and 1.
Well, I think
we'll answer that question next. The transition to what is a good shot and what is a bad shot. It was a fun conversation.
What my family are doing? I'm doing good. How you doing, boss?
Doing great, man.
I look like J-Dub, don't it? OKC? Word. This what this is? What is this? Dolce? I got the toy. I'm right there.
It's blending in.
Nah, it's good. It's going now. What's up, man? It's a glitter party out here, man. Yeah. Diamond party. For the kids, man. I like it, man. I like it. No problem. Man, blessed to be here, man.
Yes, sir. No doubt, man.
For sure, man. Man, it feel good. I ain't cried yet. Harper! Harper! Yeah, my boy. Yeah, my boy. I'm about to cry with him. Yeah, D-Hard. We're going to put the work in.
Phoenix feel that they have to do. They have to sit on them, get better shots.
Mutombo, no one picked him up outside, and he stormed the basket, gets the basket, and the foul. So Mutombo coming alive offensively late in this period.
Welcome back to NBA 2K26 Summer League. The bracket of the semis of Summer League. The championship is Sunday, 10 Eastern on ESPN. The semifinal action is tomorrow, starting at 4 Eastern with the Raptors and Kings. Nuggets, Hornets to follow. See which of these teams will be champions in Sin City and get the rings that go along with it. Swider hit the jumper before we stepped aside, completes the three-point play. We were talking when we left about the transition, especially the transition threes of when that turned into a good shot, because through, I'm sure, most of your basketball playing life before you got to the league, that was a bad shot.
It was. And I want to be careful with my words because I felt that Steph and Clay were the ones that were making that shot very valuable by shooting threes in transition, but because they can shoot that shot. Then it became an issue because everybody else thought they were Steph and Clay, but they were able to shoot that shot the way that Steph and Clay can. So it just shows you that the way the game is being played right now with so many three-point shooting, our game has evolved in a great way. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of talk of what style is better, the 90s or this style. I mean, look, every era has their pros, right? And you can pick and nitpick every era and say what they didn't have, but the game has evolved and players are much more skilled now. It doesn't mean that there's players better than this era than that 90s. It just means the game has evolved, and it's thanks to those players in the 90s why we're at where we're at right now.
It's not that Inbound stays here. I mean, if you were coaching, like what would be the dividing line of, okay, it's okay for you to take that transition three? Because I know there's a lot of fans on their couch when they watch the game. It's like, back in my day when it was a 3-on-2 fast break, we would cut to the rim. It'd be for a layup. Yeah. Is it anybody has the freedom to go out there and flare to the three-point line on a fast break, or do you have to be a certain level of shooter to have that freedom to do it?
Well, to become a certain level of shooter, it takes preparation, right? These players that are shooting these shots are working on this shot relentlessly in the offseason. So when they're shooting that shot, this is a normal shot to them because of the work that they put in. RJ Davis made a great job to the right. Hargrove's energy has been so great right now for Denver Nuggets. But going back to that point, it was a bad shot back in the day because nobody really shot that shot or nobody even worked on that shot to be effective. But now you see a lot of players being efficient because of the preparation that they're putting in.
Reese slips. Rotation from the low man is the foul on Rain Smith. And Reese heads to the line. Now, he's not one of those guys who's going to go to the three-point line. He's an interior big. Hargrove, St. Louis guy, out in the open floor.
His energy has been contagious right now. It just seems he's everywhere on the court defensively. He's running the floor, running the lanes. He's making his teammates better by playing off the ball. How do you make your teammates better by playing off the ball? It's essential to your game as a role player in this league. It's not just about making plays with the basketball. Can you make your teammates better without the basketball? And Hargrove Jr. is doing that.
Out of bounds on the end line. It actually stays on this end. And going to Hargrove, making his Summer League debut this year. He played in Denmark a season ago, 37 games in Denmark. He was an athlete at St. Louis. Chance to watch a few of his games, a Skywalker. But did have the ability to shoot it. He had a game-winning three in the 23-24 season, right at the buzzer. Wayward pass out of bounds, so the Nuggets take possession. You can see the size, 6'4". The question with him is, will he shoot it well enough at his height? But he is a flyer.
A little zone action by the Lakers.
Trying to shoot out of the zone. Beekman bounces it off the front of the rim. Davis has the big. Thought about taking it to the rim himself. Instead, the late dish. Rice jab step, 6 to shoot, isolation, bumped off the backboard, nearly fell. Instead, he will head to the line to shoot a pair.
I'm impressed with Lindsey Harding. I think she's doing a great job of making in-game adjustments. And you see on that last possession, they went zone and kind of caught Denver by surprise with them taking a, contested three-point shot. But her ability to make in-game adjustments and being able to communicate with her players during timeouts has been really impressive to me.
It was a priority for J.J. Redick to make sure Lindsey Harding was a part of his Lakers staff. Former assistant at Sacramento and was a great player, first overall pick in the 2007 WNBA draft. 65-65 with 3 minutes left. Rain making it rain from the corner. Rain Smith.
Great pass by Curtis Jones to kick up the basketball to him for that three by Smith.
A little over 12 minutes left in the summer leagues of both of these teams. Pounding defensively. What a job by Curtis Jones. Would not let Rice get loose. 2:31 to go. Nuggets by 3. Well, there's your Lakers offseason recap heading into the first full season of the LeBron and Luka duo. Now, the question is, DC, did the team do enough to put themselves in the upper echelon of contenders?
I guess we'll find out, right? So, look, I mean, when you talk about the Lakers, Luka and Austin Reeves did a great job in that second half. They didn't have the playoff that they wanted to have, but I thought Luka did a great job in the second half of the season. And from the reports and the pictures of what it looks like he's in shape. He looks like he's ready to go. And obviously, LeBron James is going to contribute to this team as well. But I think the biggest question mark is, what is the impact of Luka, AR, and LeBron going to have on a guy like DeAndre Ayton? DeAndre Ayton has some success with the Suns, right? When he's playing with a guy like Chris Paul or Devin Booker. Where Austin Reeves, Luka, they're very great playmakers. LeBron's a very good playmaker. I think it'll take DeAndre Ayton's game to another level, but it remains to see. But they have a lot of good things to look forward to because they have a good team with DeAndre Ayton now into the fold.
Yeah, part of the same draft class, Luka and DeAndre Ayton. Do you feel like Ayton is the type of big that thrives with Luka?
I think so, because Luka does a great job of playing with bigs that can rim roll to the basket, right? And he's done a great job over there in Dallas because they had a lot of rim rollers and it opened up a lot for him and his teammates as well. With a guy like DeAndre Ayton, he's played with Chris Paul in the pick and roll settings where he looked great by just rolling to the basket. He had that mid-range jump shot that a lot of people forget about sometimes from DeAndre Ayton. And I think it's not just Luka, but Austin Reeves is a great playmaker off the pick and roll. We know about LeBron, so he has a lot of great playmakers on his team that's going to take his game to another level, and I think it's going to impact his game in a great way.
You can see DeAndre Ayton, his career numbers. And I think the one thing that could be concerning is his career numbers look a lot like his rookie year numbers, and wanted to see the growth and the development of Ayton. We'll talk a little bit about the Lakers, an infection control timeout in Las Vegas. We're talking Lakers late in the third quarter. Nuggets-Lakers Summer League finale. Okay, and the trio, the ball handlers. They got a taste of what it was like life together, and the record was strong there towards the stretch run of the season. Of course, they ran into a strong defensive team that could match up with them, with the Wolves in the first round.
Yes, and it just seemed like when Luka got to the team, the offenses ran much smoother, right? It's a lot of playmakers on the court that had great decision-making every possession. I mean, LeBron is probably one of the best IQ players that we've seen in today's game, but then you couple that with Luka, who's another great playmaker, as well as Austin Reeves. I think this is going to be a great thing for DeAndre Ayton. You know, there's been talks about his effort and if he's able to be up for it and the challenges that he's faced during his time in Portland, but when you play with a guy like LeBron, his leadership is going to be contagious, and he has no choice but to play at a high level because everybody else is giving maximum effort every game.
Rain Smith hits the three. Rice, leaner off glass, won't go, and the Nuggets racing the other way. It's not that out of bounds. Now the Lakers, one underrated loss from their team, Dorian Finney-Smith, who played a key role defensively in their starting and closing lineups, maybe even more importantly. And now he's a member of the Rockets.
Yeah, just a huge swing for an organization like the Rockets to pick up Dorian Finney-Smith. And I'm sure the Lakers will probably want another 3-and-D guy, you know, before the season starts. But, you know,
those
again,
don't come cheap.
They don't come cheap. But, you know, I think when you have a team of Austin Reeves, Luka, and LeBron, you're going to give yourself a chance to win a lot of ball games. And, you know, that's all you can ask for.
As we put a bow on this, you said that the Nuggets are your favorite out of the West. Where would you slot the Lakers?
You're going to really put me on the spot here, huh?
That's why you make the big bucks over here. I look up to you.
You know, that's a great question because, you know, I think everybody is talking about OKC and Houston Rockets and some of their additions. I think if the Lakers can find a way to get a 3-and-D player, and whoever that may be, I think they'll be around top 3, top 4 in the West. I still think Denver and OKC have the experienced core that gives them an advantage. Luka, this is his, you know, essentially his first full season with the Lakers, and it's going to take a little bit of time. But, you know, coming in this year, you know, I expect great things from Luka and the Lakers because, like I said, that's
on a high level, so just trying to prove it all.
You got a game to finish here. How do you finish it the right way?
Yeah, we got to share the ball. We got to make shots. We got to get some stops and just keep on playing together.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to hear from Swider. And it's what you said, DC, at the top of the show, where we talked about all of who's not playing for the Lakers. No Connect, no Bronny James, no Baisley, no Trey Jemison. But you said, like, as another player on the roster, that's great news because it means more opportunity for guys like Swider to play with the ball in their hands or get minutes and showcase your skill sets.
Absolutely. I mean, Cole Swider's actually been doing this with guys
That's
like
true.
Bronny and Connect, even in the lineup. You know, that's a testimony to his work ethic. You know, he said something key about working on his body. Why is that such a big thing to a shooter like him? Because it's constant ball movement, constant body movement, right? As a great shooter in this league, you just don't want to stay in one area. You want to continue to move, and that's what makes defenders hard to guard you when you continue to have constant movement as a shooter. Look at Klay Thompson and the movement that he's made. Steph, I keep mentioning about him. Cole Swider understands the assignment, building on his body and his condition. That's why he's looking great this summer.
Timeout. Hey, Swider said his body looks better to being here in Las Vegas. Not sure a lot of the fans and maybe even media could say the same thing. Spending so much time in Vegas. Swider's looking good. Step aside, timeout. Welcome back to the NBA 2K26 Summer League. Summer League, you have the Kings and Raptors against Charlotte and OKC. Those 4 teams will battle for the Summer League trophy and the rings that go along with it. Yes, it is an accomplishment to win out of all 30 teams in Las Vegas as Smith hits the 3. Do you have a team that you're sort of leaning to of those 4?
I think OKC will win it. I mean, like you said,
been a safe bet.
It's the safest bet, right? They've been winning everything, so why not pick them? They just have a great organization with great players that understand the assignment. And even in a league like this, you can tell that, you know, they bring it all together, and they left off right from where they started from this past season.
They have a bunch of draft picks still to come in future years. Baji slams with 2 hands. And they brought this team up with draft picks, although not many bona fide top 5. You know, Chet Holmgren sort of being the representative there of their bona fide lottery picks. But, you know, guys like SGA that got on in a trade, Jalen Williams, Santa Clara stand out. Nobody was thinking he was top 5 caliber guy. It was kind of a rise for him to be drafted.
They're young players to have impactful minutes during the course of the game. I mean, you go back to Cason Wallace and
yes,
his success that he's had in the playoffs this past season. But, you know, it doesn't matter if they have a star player or a player that's been drafted in late first, late second. Guys like Aaron Wiggins, you know, is another name that sticks out to me that's had a great run in the playoffs. I mean, these guys are going to all have meaningful minutes is because of the development that they have over there.
And their team will get expensive. I mean, they just made the contract extensions, finalized those with Holmgren. Speakman lays that one in, and J-Dub, as well as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just adding in more years and more dollar figures to his bank account. But their draft picks will help. You can see their projected extension number. Wow. I mean, that was just kind of my first time seeing that in front of me. 822M. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of zeros at the end of it. But when you have draft picks in the future, you can still get cheap contributors to help add into what will be an expensive core.
For sure. And look, yeah, it's expensive, but those guys deserve it. Every bit of penny, they deserve it. I mean, they had an outstanding playoff run. Their chemistry was amazing. Listen to Jalen Williams on his interview. The best part for him wasn't just winning the championship. Yeah, that's one thing, but his best part was the camaraderie that they had together, and his ability to spend time with his teammates was the one thing that stuck out him the most in the NBA playoffs.
But as rosy as the picture looks right now for Oklahoma City and in the future with those draft picks incoming, just talk to Denver about what it's like to try to follow up the championship when people assume that you'll get right back. It's not that easy as Curtis Jones lays it in.
No. As Curtis Jones makes another unbelievable play going to the basket, but for Game 7, you just never know. So you got to be able to maximize the opportunities that you have as a team and as an organization when you have the right pieces to contend.
They haven't had a repeat champion since the Steph Curry, Kevin Durant Warriors. And every time a team wins the championship, you just got to imagine they'll be back next year, right? You can't see a scenario where they don't get back, but injuries, just other teams getting better. Not only are they not winning the championship the next year, but recently they're not getting past the second round, the defending champions.
Yeah, just a tough break for Tyrese and the Pacers after having such a great run to get to the finals. I'm sure they'll be back again in some shape or form because of a player like Tyrese Halliburton. Once he gets back on the court, he's such a dynamic player. They'll have the pieces around him to be successful, to make another run when he gets back.
So here's the last 7 NBA champions. The Raptors didn't get past the second round the next year. Lakers didn't get past the second round. Bucks did not get past the second round. We want to keep going. It's the new NBA. The way the CBA is set up, the way the rules are structured, the way the game is played, frankly. And that's the way it's set up right now.
Right, and it's fun from a fan perspective, right? Because the
your
same
team can have hope.
Exactly. Not the same teams are going back year after year. Like you mentioned, the last 7 teams have been different. And, you know, from a fan perspective, it does make the game a lot more interesting to tune in, obviously, because there's so many teams that have a chance to win it, rather than 1 or 2 teams.
Yeah, I thought I saw a note, and I don't have the exact numbers in front, but like, you know, since Adam Silver's been the commissioner, there's been maybe like as many different NBA champions as there was in the entire run that David Stern had as the commissioner.
Yeah, Adam has done a great job of creating that parity where it's not just one main player for just one market, right? Before it was just, okay, the best players play in the best market. And now you got guys like Anthony Edwards playing in Minnesota, right? Zion Williams in New Orleans, SGA, Chet, Jalen in OKC. You know, now it's a little bit spread out, right? And so now the competitive balance is better. It's a lot better for fans to watch than when you see these teams compete.
Denver is starting to get that separation. Lakers trying to fight back, down 11, just under 6 left. Tough finish inside. Beekman off the rim. Bounces back out to Johnson off the back of the iron. Here come the Lakers.
See if the Lakers can make one more push right now. Get themselves back in the ball game, and it starts off with a nice little 3 by R.J. Davis.
Signed an Exhibit 10 deal. The 2024 Jerry West Award winner is the top shooting guard in the nation. A 3-point shooter at UNC. Ibu Baji bullies.
Just off the penetration and pressure that Curtis Jones has been putting on the Lakers on every possession by getting downhill and creating an easier opportunity for his big fella in Baji.
Stewart. Whistle as he pulls up right at the free throw line. Foul on Denver. KAE coming back in. Showed some great flashes in the first half defensively.
Yeah, this activity was great. That length, he switched out on the guard a couple times, which is what you want to see from your big nowadays. To be able to stay in front of guards at that size.
Active hands defensively. Here come the Nuggets. Williams screens and rolls. Anenga stood tall. Gordon slotted. There's KAE again. All alone. Donovan Williams. Well, a little extra oomph in that one.
Listen, somebody better take notice of KO right now because he's looking like a big that you need on your team to protect that paint.
He's bumped from behind as Gordon came flying.
Block shot. You know, KO doesn't get the 2 points for that, right? But, you know, he impacted that play to give his team the 2 points. And that's all you want to see as a young player is impact and winning. As Curtis Jones makes another 3 coming off the pick and roll. Man, he's playing phenomenal right now, Chris.
The Iowa State sharpshooter, a microwave scorer. This is the largest lead of the game for Denver. Davis somehow got it to the glass. KAE, though, enough of an obstacle. K.O. Darichi, Akabundu, Ehi Oku. How you say the name? Layup by Jones again. 22 points, team high. One of 5 players in double-figure scoring for the Nuggets. Curtis Jones, one of 5 since 1997 in college basketball to average 17 points per game off the bench. They lead by 17.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kasper Sterkočianis. Today we hang out in Linden Street Pizza.
Is this your first time in New York?
Yeah, second. Yeah, I've been 1 game we played here, but for 1 day in winter. It was so cold, now it's so hot.
Good? That's the New York way. You're already eating like a New Yorker. New York way? Yeah. You fold it like that, so you're already eating like a New Yorker. Oh. I didn't know that's good. Yeah. It's good. It's like
I expected something like this, and it's pretty good, to be honest. It's the beginning of something new, you know, the beginning of my dream to continue reaching my goals. So it will be cool, but you know, I have to start working from day one. So.
Well, if you're wondering why Denver Nuggets is up 99-82, it has a lot to do with Curtis Jones. I mean, his ability to get inside the paint, look for his big, reading ball screens, pick and rolls really well, shooting off the screen. See right there in his defensive effort. His communication has been phenomenal from a point guard perspective and giving real good point guard play for the Denver Nuggets. Getting to the basket off the right. I mean, that's the type of plays that you want to see your point guard make. And I've told you this time and time again, Chris, you have great point guard play, more times than none, you're going to win the ball game because of the decision-making that your point guard is making, and Curtis Jones has been doing it all game long.
Is he a point guard or a points guard? Scoring a lot of points. 22 of them. Assists, 4 rebounds, 4 of 8 for 3. He's getting his own.
Right, you know, but look, you look at a guy like Jamal Murray, right? He came into this league as a scoring guard, but now he kind of became more of a playmaker too as well, playing with a guy like Joker. You know, there's room for players like that come in as a scoring guard, and then they kind of have the maturing process of when the game slows down and getting their guys involved. And when you're aggressive like that, it's easier for you to make assists and get your 6 to 7, 8 assists a game because of the aggressiveness and the pressure that you're putting on the defense. And Curtis Jones is doing that right now.
He's putting pressure on the offense, too. I think he got 3/4 court, which you have to do as a guard in Summer League. It's almost like a rule, especially if they're listed at under 6'4". To the corner. 3 for Serge Jabari Rice off the rim. And out of bounds, Lakers thought it was last touched by Denver. The officials disagree. In fact, the Lakers staff disagrees, and Lindsey Harding calls timeout to challenge with 2:48 to go and her team down 17.
That hit and went in. That was going in. No, that hit the ball and went in. Hey, no more fouls. Stay ball, stay ball. Load, load, load. Keep it going. Great defense score, yo. Where you going?
Lakers challenging an out-of-bounds play under 3 minutes left. Summer League finale, Denver and Los Angeles. We have players with different stories, right? Guys who are on the roster, guys who are looking for roster spots with their current team, guys who are looking for roster spots on rosters all around the world. All right, so DC, when they finish up here at their final game in Vegas, kind of take me through the timeline of what a player goes through before their next game, wherever it is.
Well, Summer League has been a brutal schedule for these players, and a lot of these players are coming from college, and they didn't really have much time off, right? Some of them had to do pre-draft workouts, getting ready for the draft, and then they had to get ready for the Summer League.
The ruling on the floor is upheld. There is not clear and conclusive evidence. Therefore, the call stands. Los Angeles will lose their timeout and their ability to challenge.
Yes, but to finish the point, you know, they had to get ready for Summer League. So, you know, they'll probably take about a few weeks off. And then, you know, hopefully they'll get a call from a team, and hopefully it's a good call that they're able to make a training camp roster and become a two-way player. And some of these players may have even better opportunities overseas to make a lot of money too as well.
And people representing teams all around the world gather here to Vegas in the summertime. Yeah, how you doing these final 3 minutes, even in a game like this? 17-point game, it matters. Beekman puts it on the deck. Quick dish, Rain Smith, a couple of second-half threes. Not this time. Jones spins. He's had a big night. 22 points. Beekman for 3, front rim.
Look at that, unbelievable effort by KO. Unbelievable effort. I mean, he's crashing the glass with force. He's putting a lot of pressure and making it difficult for the Lakers to box him out.
Rewarded with the inbounds pass, has it on the perimeter. We saw him attempt a three earlier on in this game. This time takes a turn and goes all the way to the rim. As we're talking about guys who have impressed you tonight, I feel like whether you call him KO, as that's the beginning part of his first name, or KAE, as that's all three of his first and then hyphenated last name together, he's been great.
Yeah, well, I call him KO, that's his nickname, but, you know, you look at the box score, you know, he doesn't have that many points, but how many times have you seen him alter shots by guarding a point guard on the perimeter, right, and making it difficult for like a guy like RJ Davis when he goes to the basket? Or how many times do you see him crashing in glass on the offensive end to give him his team an easy opportunity and another opportunity and another possession within the half-court set? So there's a lot of good things that he's done and doesn't show up on the box score, and I'm sure his coaching staff is very pleased with his effort.
Born in Nigeria, KO. He never touched a basketball until he moved to the United States at age 13. There he is right there. He spent the last 2 years playing in Germany and Italy, going back to when he was in college. Played at UT Arlington and then finished up at Memphis. Just an example of how basketball can take you all around the globe.
Yes, take care of you, take care of your family. It's a global sport, like you mentioned, and you can do so many great things when you take care of it.
Donovan Williams, true, on a three. 21-point lead. That's a nice number in Las Vegas with 1:45 left. I don't say it was not a nice night for me last night in Vegas. Couldn't get there. Couldn't get to 21.
So you were saying you and OKC was spending a lot of money yourself?
I didn't have that kind of payroll, but relative to scale, felt like that was coming out. I didn't have any birthday luck. It was my birthday yesterday. And tried to give it a try, and it didn't work out. Blackjack table unkind. From the corner, way off from Jones. That's one of the few things that has not gone his way. Foul in the backcourt with 1:23 left. Although, you know, had a poor night at the blackjack table. At least it wasn't at a Coldplay concert.
Oh, you going that route, huh? Yeah, I'm going to stay off that topic.
It always could be worse.
For sure.
Davis throws it away.
And nothing against Coldplay, right?
Certainly nothing against them. The Nuggets trying to finish this one out, pick up their second Summer League win, and then get ready for what would be an exciting season with the changes they've made. The addition of Cam Johnson, presumably to do what Smith just did, hit threes in the corner off great passes.
Yeah, Smith shot the ball really well today. Curtis Jones did a great job of playmaking for his teammates, but KO setting that pick and roll, him rolling puts a lot of pressure on the defensive end for Lakers to collapse to give Smith that open three in the corner.
So no Bronny, no Dalton Connect, no Baisley, no Jemison for the Lakers in this game, although Swider had a great start in the first quarter, sort of cooled off after that, has 17 team high, joining RJ Davis. Williams, 3 shorts. For the Nuggets, playing without Hunter Tyson, Deron Holmes, Logan Johnson, E.J. Liddell, and others. But they did have Curtis Jones in his 22 points. One of 5 players in double figures scoring for the Nuggets. And they cruise past the Lakers 106-84. Strong second half. This was a close game in the first. Nuggets win, they go to 2-3 in Summer League, and the Lakers finish 1-4. More Summer League action coming your way tomorrow on NBA TV and the ESPN app. So long from Vegas. Thanks for watching NBA Summer League.